Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Hot 702.5 FM. We are the hottest. You're listening to MVP Speaks Radio.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists
Check it out. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
on hot7025fm.com.
Tune in every Thursday from 5 to 5:55 p.m. on Hot 702.5 FM for MVP Speaks Radio. Hey, everybody. Welcome to MVP Speaks Radio, live on Hot 702.5 FM. Thank you guys I can't hear myself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here with me on this day. We are happy that you're here, and I'm here every Thursday. Rain, snow, or shine on Hot 702.5. There we go. So, hey, I hope everyone is feeling good on today. I hope you're feeling good. And if you're not, I hope you feel encouraged to know that you can feel good. And if you don't, it's okay that you don't. I'm happy to be here, like I said. I want to shout out real quick my partners in crime, my partners in rhyme, CTV Radio, Catch This Vibe Radio, the hottest indie station on TikTok and in the Midwest. Go check them out. Scorpio Royalty Productions out of Las Vegas. And, as always, The Truth Spot with Rail the Truth. And, you guys, I'm going to be having a new sponsor soon. I'm so excited. So get ready for that upcoming announcement for my new sponsor. But you know how I do. You know what we'd like to do? We like to get started with our Be Inspired inspirational messages. Now, it's just me in the studio today, so I'm just going to be pulling a lot. And I'm actually going to pull a lot because I have some heavy topics I'm going to be talking about, and I want to make sure that I set myself up for success. So let's get to it, you guys. And I want to remind you that you can leave a comment if you want to and chime in on the conversation at any time. Now, let's see what the first message is. My vibration is super fly. That's freaking awesome because that's literally what I want right now, a high flying vibration. My vibration is super fly. You know I'm super fly. You know I'm super fly. When I started writing these messages, that song was popular, so I'm pretty sure that's why that seeped in. I choose to live in victory. Living in victory is a choice. You know, we can choose to be victorious. And I always say, my mama named me Victoria Lee, so I can live my life victoriously. Speaking of my mama, we'll be talking about her in a little bit. I choose to live in victory. We have to choose it. Like, we have to choose to be victorious. And there have been many a times in my life that I have not been choosing to be victorious. I was choosing to be a victim. And that's all part of the process. If you find yourself feeling like a victim, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just remind yourself, you know what? I don't have to be a victim in this situation. I can be victorious. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Don't trip. You are loved and supported. Don't trip. You are loved and supported. I love it. Period. You are loved and supported, not just only by the people in your life, like actual humans, but you are loved and supported beyond this time, space, reality. You are loved and supported by all those that came before you and the grand creator of us all. You are loved and supported. The world is your stage. Come from behind the curtain. I realized years ago that life is really like a play, and we are all characters. We're playing a role, literally. And the whole world is a stage. Like, I feel like we all came to be seen. I know sometimes I'll see on the internet people be like, oh, people posting for likes and people posting to be seen. Well, duh, ain't that? Isn't that what the whole point of social media is about? To post for likes and to post to be seen. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, who cares? You know, the world is your stage. What do you have to offer to the world? What are you choosing to share? Come from behind the curtain. You're the one holding the little, what they call that, the little curtain rod, the little curtain string that you pull it, so you open the curtain and you come out. You're holding that. So it's up to you. My divine guidance is always flowing to me. My divine guidance is always flowing to me. We are always able to tap in at any time for any guidance that we need. And sometimes it might not seem like that because we might be looking outside of ourselves for the answers. We might be looking for someone else to tell us this, that, and the other. And sometimes we need that. I'm not saying that we don't ever need that, but we always have what we need inside of us flowing. So remind yourself of that and look within first and take time to be still and listen for the answers and feel the answers. Practice doesn't make perfect. I am a perfect confection. You are perfect just the way you are, and you're ever evolving. And I used to think perfection was a thing, like, oh, you have to strive to be perfect, like without flaws. But I don't believe that anymore. I believe that we are always evolving and growing. So that means we must always be perfect because we're always changing. And even when we reach a particular level, a particular platform, like, we're still going to be going for more. So perfection is an illusion to me, in my opinion. And just so you guys know, all this shit is my opinion. So it's all my opinion. So let me know if you're vibing with it. Let me know what your opinions are. Because I don't think there's any right or wrong opinions. You know, it just is what it is. You don't have to think what I think. And I don't have to think what you think. So that's what makes us great. We need you. Aw, I really felt like that was for me. I felt it in my soul just now, or in my heart space, whatever this is. We need you. I am needed. You are needed. We need each other. And that's just point blank, period. We need you. So come from behind the stage. What are you worried about? This life is for you. Whose life are you living? I started raising my children at 20 is when I had my first child. And I spent most of my life wasn't for me. It was for them. It was for me to take care of my children and to raise them. And I wasn't necessarily living life for me. I was doing what I had to do to take care of my family. And I realized after they were grown up that, wow, this life is for me. What am I going to do with myself now that my sons are doing their own thing? Like, they're not worried about me. So this is my life. Life is for you. You got to do what makes you happy. And let me tell you guys too, if you're a parent, like, we can't allow our parenthood to stop us from living our life, from doing what we love to do. we have to find the balance in that. And that was something that I didn't necessarily understand or know. But I really didn't think I could do anything. Like, I didn't even think I had any talents or any gifts. I don't know what I thought about myself. I was just a mom, and I love children. And so that was how I enjoyed it. I said just a mom like it's like not the most hardest job in the world to nurture and raise human beings. Like, what the crap? This life is for me, and this life is for you. So if you're a parent, I want to encourage you to make sure that you're doing what you love. You can nurture your children and raise your children, but you have to come first, and you have to pour into you. I feel like if I would have discovered some things earlier on in life, or, had things that I like to do that I knew, like, oh, I want to do this with my life, like be a spoken word artist or be a comedian or a radio show host, it might have been different. But, oops, sorry. You can't change the past. It is what it is, and it was what it was. And you can only learn from it and move forward into the future or into the now. Love is abundant and overflowing. Love is abundant and overflowing. How's that feel? How's it feel to think about love being abundant and being overflowing? Like, we might think, oh, the world is coming to the shits, like it's gonna be the end of the world. Was that in my dream? I just had a flash of a conversation, and I'm like, was that a dream or that was real life? Somebody was talking about the world was ending. Oh, no, that wasn't a dream. That was real life. Somebody was saying that they were preparing for the end of the world. And I'm like, I don't necessarily agree that the world is ending per se. I do believe we are shifting into a new world. We are shifting into a new way of life and a new way of being. But I don't think the world is ending. I don't think it's all doomsday. Like, we didn't come this far just for the world to just blow up. It's over with. Now we got to start all over again. Like, I don't think that's the case. But again, it's just my opinion. Nobody really knows. Do we really know? Enjoy yourself. Hell yeah. We got to enjoy our life. Whatever you do, I encourage you to make sure it's something that you enjoy doing. Like, don't do stuff out of obligation or because you feel like, oh, I have to do this. Do it because you enjoy it. What do you enjoy doing? Enjoy yourself. And you know what? Sometimes you're in a predicament. Oh my God, that's not the word. That reminds me of a video that Ikari shared with us of some girl saying a word on a radio show, but it was not the word. I just said a word. I just made it up. You can get yourself in a predicament, and maybe it's not the best thing, but you can still find something to enjoy about it. If you just think back to being a little kid, children are like naturally joyful. They're naturally like happy mostly, and they can have fun anywhere. Compassion is sweet. Compassion is sweet. Do you have compassion for yourself, first of all? Are you compassionate with yourself? I realized the other day when I had something happen that I was not happy about, I had to give myself compassion. I had to show myself compassion, like, it's okay. Don't trip. You guys, I don't know why I'm a little bit yawny right now. This is not okay to be yawning on the radio. I should be wide awake, living my best life. Love is the answer. And I got the chills. Did you see my whole body go? That's how you know I got the chills. Love is the answer. If you don't know what to do, love. Love yourself. And love is more, in my opinion, it's more of like you feel the love. Take time to feel loved, to feel love for yourself, to feel the love that others have for you. Take your time to feel the love. Because it is abundant and overflowing. Okay, let's read some more. We're going to read some more. Usually I have someone in here reading with me and we're taking turns. But it's just me today. It's just me. Make sure you leave some comments. I really love the comments. Today I will be present because I am a gift. Oh, man. If it's one thing I realize, like, I feel like you can know some stuff, but then you got to, like, internalize it. And I realize that we are the gift. We are gifts for each other. Like, when a child is born, everyone's like celebrating and gathering around. And I think that's beautiful. But sometimes when the people grow up, like we lose that same excitement for each other. Like, imagine if we just loved each other like we were just all first born. I think babies, because they're new into the world, they have that new energy. We're all drawn to them, like, oh, it's a new life and blah, blah, blah. But then once that new life starts doing stuff and be's a human and gets on our nerves for whatever reason, now we treat people different, because now they're not this cute little innocent bystander. Now they're a human who have done us wrong. Loving myself feels good. Oh, I got the hiccups now. The hiccups is the worst. You guys know that's the worst bodily function, I think. I cannot stand the hiccups. They just come out of nowhere, and then it's like your body's involuntarily just like hiccuping. You be like, what the hell's wrong with my body? Why is it doing this? Then there's all these remedies you try to stop it from happening. Drink some lemon juice. Get scared. Find out what your mother's maiden name. I guess it's all to distract you. The world is my mirror. I see my self-reflection. This headphone is not, this is not okay. I think my hair is in the way. I got too much hair, but I love it though. Shout out if you love your hair. Leave me a comment if you love your hair. Let me know what's popping. Let me know. Let me know. Ooh. Forgiveness is for my heart and peace of mind. Period. Speak life, speak love. Putting myself first is okay and necessary. Did you guys see me yawn behind the microphone? I'm going crazy. Did you see me yawn? I was like, why am I yawning in here? Oh my God, this is not radio etiquette. Okay. I got a lot going on. That's all right. Oh, this one fell out. Let's see what it says. Remember the God in you. Remember the God in you. Like, I know a lot of times we are focused on the God in heaven or the God outside of ourselves, but there is a God in you. The God in you is literally God. So don't forget that God in you. Like, we are, I don't know what you all believe. We are children of the Most High. Like, we are from the source. So we are the source. You know what I'm saying? Remember the God in you. If you guys ever listen to this metaphysical preacher, his name is Reverend Ike. Man, Reverend Ike is the stuff. He always talks about the God in you, and he's always telling you to say, God in me, this, that, and the other. So you're focused on the power that lies within you, and you don't give your power away to somebody else or to some other entity. My joy is in my journey. Yes, Ashe. My joy is in my journey. I'm going to read one more, and I just decided to read one more after I put them all back in. So we're going to read one more. It's perfect. Everything happens for a reason. I celebrate my breath, Take 3 deep breaths. Now, I want you guys to breathe with me. I needed that. I really needed those deep breaths. I don't think I breathed. I think that's why I was yawning. They say you don't breathe. They say you yawn because you're not breathing properly. That's what my daddy taught me. Shout out to my father, Ronald Porter. So anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in with the Be Inspired Inspirational Messages. Make sure you get your own bag. These bags are amazing for your journey, and I like them in the bag as opposed to the jar, because you literally can just put them in your purse, put them in your car, put them in your book bag, put them in your briefcase, put them wherever, somewhere it's not taking up a lot of room, and you read them every day. Just pick a few. We spent like 10 minutes reading those. It's 2:22. Oh dang, this is not live, you guys, sorry. I'm pre-recording this, so it's really not 2:22 when you're watching this. But get your own Be Inspired Inspirational Message bag. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter. It's for all humans everywhere across the globe. So get your message bag from me. They're only $11.11. 45 different messages. You can read them every day. You can put them back. You can share them with your friends. But I promise you, it's going to definitely elevate and uplift your life, no matter where you're at along your journey. Okay? Now, you guys, before I get into today's topic, I wanted to play my song that just got released. Now, I do a lot of artists on here, and I'm playing a lot of artist music, but I am my own artist myself, so I want to play my song that was released, and it's called Honey. Now, I encourage you guys, go download it, go listen to it, because it's a nice song. You know, I'm not making any excuses for myself. I love this song, and I was going to go back and re-record it and do all these different things to it, but I said, you know what? This is me and my authenticity. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone. This is me doing something that I never really done before. And I'm freaking proud of it. And I love it a lot. And so I want to play it for you guys, and I want to encourage you guys to hopefully I can play it. I can just play it off my phone. Let me see. I might just have to, I was going to go play it off the internet, but I'm just going to play it off my file, because the internet is not always our best friend when it comes to these types of things in the studio. So while I'm pulling it up, you can go follow me on your streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm everywhere. Just Google me, MVP Speaks. It's going to come up. I don't even know if I told you who I was when I got on here, but you guys know who I am. You guys know who I am. Know who I am. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sorry for the silence. Right up on it. Hope you like it sweet. I got a spoonful of honey just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. I got a spoonful of honey. Yeah, my honey too. And it's just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. listening. A portal amplified, feel the vibes of the divine. Come closer, taste the sweetness as it flows from inside. You and I, here and now, what you wanna do? Right place and time, honey drip, baby, just for you. Sweetness to inspire as we take each other higher. Here for the ride and long nights, energize my own vibe. Just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. I got a spoonful of honey. Yeah, my honey do. And it's just for you. I got a spoonful of honey, baby, just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. I got a spoonful of honey. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Here, golden flow, 'cause it's between you and me. Drip slow, drip sweet, warm and sticky. Fill you with my joy, I got you feeling giddy. Vibrations rise up and you right here with me. Haven't even tasted it, boy, I know you want it. On your lips I like to watch, you can get up on it. Eyes wide open, got your tongue wet. It's a pure alignment, we can never forget. I got a spoonful of honey, just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. I got a spoonful of honey. Yeah, my honey do. And it's just for you. I got a spoonful of honey, baby, just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. I got a spoonful of honey. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with my honey? Right about it. Hope you like it sweet. I got a spoonful of honey. And it's just for you. I got a spoonful of honey. Okay, you guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. That is Honey by MVP Speaks, produced by Scorpio Royalty Productions. I'm really proud of that song. It just came to me. I wrote it all, and I like it. So hope you guys like it too. Check it out. Tune in, tune in, tune in. So with all that being said, I want to get into the topic that I want to talk about today. And I wanted to talk about grief. And the reason I wanted to talk about grief is because May 10th represented the 9-year anniversary of my mother, Cynthia Stephen, transitioning back into the ethers, back to the essence, back to where we came from. And, you know, I never lost a parent. Well, it's funny because I actually have a biological father who died when I was young, but I didn't know him, and I met him, but I don't remember him. And I didn't really even know about him until I was pregnant with my first child. So, but this losing my mother in 2014, she transitioned in 2014, it literally changed my life. And it was something that I can articulate as best I can, but it was a unforgettable. I still can't believe it's 9 years. I'm like, where has all the years gone? Because it just seems like yesterday. Like, I can remember everything so vividly and so well. She did die from health complications. She had cancer in her liver and in her lungs, and she was not well. I'm not sure how long she knew she was not well, but I think it might have been a little bit longer than she let on. So it was May 2014. We found out in April that she was sick, and she was not doing well. And we lived in different states at this time. I lived in Wisconsin, and she lived in Iowa. And my plan was to bring her home and, give her some vegetables. I was like, we're just going to feed her good, and we're going to get her back to her health. But that's not what was in the plans, and that is definitely not what happened. So 2014, I'm trying to find something. That's why I'm a little bit stalling right now. 2014, she May 10th. It was a day before Mother's Day. I had just went to see her like the week before, but she had just got progressively worse. I went to her hospital room, and I took her pictures of all her grandchildren, and because she loved her grandsons. They were literally like everything in the world to her. And I put her in her hospital room, all the things that all the things that I would think help her to have a will to live or a desire to live. But I just realized, she was only 63, so she wasn't even like an old person. I don't consider that to be old. And I really cannot find what I'm looking for. But, so when my mother died, I had, I feel like there's stages of grief that you go through. And I definitely, went through a few of them. I really cannot find this. This is annoying. And, I remember though, something that I had said to myself. Because when I was young, my older brother died. He was 8 and I was 5. And I remember my mother every year around the anniversary of his death, like it would affect her, and around his birthday too. But she would always be sad, and I felt like she suffered a lot throughout her life because of the loss of her son. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to be suffering all the rest of my life because of the loss of my mother. But I want to shout out real quick to the Art of a Pisces, who sent me some information on these super little cute cards. You guys, if you want some information about grief, or you just want these things to help you, I'll send them to you. Just inbox me your email or comment. I don't know if you want to put your email on the internet, but inbox me your email and I'll send it to you. But the Art of a Pisces is a studying psychologist. And so this is like from the professional perspective. But what is grief? Grief is a natural reaction to loss and can influence the physical, emotional, cognitive, behavioral, and spiritual aspect of our lives. And that's exactly what happened when my mother died. It happened when my brother died too. But I think I have been so far removed from that it's not as fresh as when my mother died. I definitely had a physical reaction to it, like I stopped eating. My emotions were all over the place. I didn't really understand what was going on in life. She also sent this information, some symptoms of grief. Emotional response, that's how you feel when and grief is not just when somebody dies. We'll talk about that. You can feel sadness, anger, anxiety, guilt, remorse, loneliness, helplessness, shock, definitely shock. Like, how do you even, definitely shock. Disbelief, a sense of yearning or relief. You can be confused. So those first symptoms were the emotional symptoms. Your cognitive responses, your brain processing, could be confusion, having trouble concentrating, you're too preoccupied with the loss, you don't have interest in your activities anymore, A physical or behavioral response could be you're tired, you're reducing your energy, disturbing your sleep, social withdrawal, changes in appetite, crying, restlessness, avoiding places who remind you of the individual treasuring objects that are associated with the loss. I feel like with my mother, I did all of those things. But one of the things that I remember telling myself, like I was saying, like, I don't want to be sad every year that it's her anniversary coming up. I don't want to. I realized I was telling myself, like, I'm not going to be sad. And I realized that that is not a healthy way to really think. Like, if I'm sad, it's okay. Even right now, making this radio show, like, I'm inside of myself, like, don't be sad, don't be sad. But, you know, if you feel sad, you feel sad. Like, we cannot reject our feelings, or what do you want to call that? Like, deny them, or be like, no, I'm not going to feel that. Because if it's how you feel, it's how you feel. And I feel like that was not a positive, like, coping skill. Like, that was me, like, avoiding. And at the time, I didn't realize it. I just wanted to not be sad because of what I had said earlier. I saw my mother being sad every year about my brother. And I was like, man, somebody got to break the cycle. Like, I don't want to be sad every time the anniversary of her transition comes around. Because, first of all, I don't even believe anymore that when people die, like, they leave us. I believe they are still a part of us, and we may not can see them with our physical eye, but with our spiritual eye, with our being in tune, we can ask, oh, I got the chills. We can, you guys, we can still have their presence, you know, with us. And, oh man, that was crazy. What just happened? So, you know, our people are not really gone. We're the motherfuckers that's gone. Like, I feel like this may sound crazy, but I feel like life is death. We came from the light into the world. So I didn't feel like that was a healthy mechanism for me to do. So some things that can help you if you're dealing with grief, and just to remember that grief is not only experienced, you know, from somebody dying, but you can have grief from, you know, a breakup. You can have grief from if you have something like happen to your body or happen to you, like you're not this, like if I lost my voice, then that I could grieve that because, oh, I need this. It's my favorite part of me, my voice. But you know what I'm saying? If you lose your house, if you lose your dog, like, you know, you can have grief from a variety of ways, not just death. But today I'm really focused on death because I feel like it's something that we're gonna always have, no matter what part of our journey we're on. You know, somebody's gonna die. And I realized too, like, we could be afraid of death because we don't really know, or we do know, but we don't remember what's on the other side. And I believe that what's on the other side is pure bliss. It's pure, it's just purity. It's the source, it's the soul. So it's not necessarily anything to really be sad about, but we're human on this experience, so we're gonna have feelings. And what's the best way to deal with these feelings that are gonna positively uplift you and that are gonna help you deal with it in a way that's productive for yourself, so you're not, you know, spending your time, you know, feeling too sad or feeling too depressed. Have those feelings, acknowledge those feelings, but we don't necessarily have to hold on to them and allow them to control us and overtake us. And when my brother died, like, I was young, but I still remember his funeral. And that's crazy because I don't even have a lot of memories about life growing up. But I remember my brother's funeral, and I remember feeling sad, but I also remember that I used to talk to him. And I think I just grew out of that. I don't know what happens, but I feel like even when he died, like I still talk to him. But I was too also sad a lot growing up, missing him. Like as I was growing up into a young woman, like I always would be missing my brother, and I would always feel sad, and I would always say, oh, I want a big brother, and I wish I could have my big brother, but I can't have him. And my mom wasn't going to have no more kids, and even then it wouldn't be a big brother, it'd be a little brother. But but I still remember like being sad about that. But some things that you guys can do to help if you are dealing with grief, or if you will deal with grief in the future, is to, like we did earlier, do some deep breathing. If you find yourself feeling anxious or feeling worried about thinking about a loved one or someone that you lost, seek support and help from those around you. Someone to listen to, someone to just even hug you. Sometimes you just need a motherfucking hug. Like, life is hard enough, but when you're dealing with that separation of someone you're so used to seeing, you know, every day, or so used to talking to, like sometimes when I go to my Facebook memories from my old Facebook page, and I go specifically to hear my mama. I go specifically to read her words because she used to comment on everything. And at the time, that stuff used to get on my nerves. I used to be like, this woman is always on my Facebook. And now I would give for her to be on my Facebook. Like, I wish she could be commenting and seeing all the amazing things that's going on, because I wasn't really on shit. I was just, you know, living life, being a mom, being a community lady. But I would love, like, to be able to have that interaction with her. So I go to those pages, and, you know, at first it would make me sad, but now I go because I want to, like, hear her. She was always encouraging me, always telling me she loves me and she's proud of me and I can do anything. And just, you know, when I need it the most, I go and there's her comments. And so even though I feel like I can align with her and tap into her, I honor her almost every time I can, just throughout my daily life, listening to the music. That's some other things that you can do to help you along with your grief, is do things that remind you and give you good feelings about the person that you're grieving. You know, play their favorite songs, make their favorite meal. Like today, I got some Church's chicken. I don't even eat Church's chicken, but I got it. I really wanted the French fries for some reason, but I felt like that was a way to honor my mother in her anniversary of her. I'm just using my mama as an excuse to eat some fried chicken. But she loved Church's chicken. She liked fried chicken. And so I was like, okay, mama, this one's for you. So, and my mom also loves crab legs, so I might make some crab legs, you know, in her honor. Put a little side for her. You know what I'm saying? You can do things that help you feel good memories about your loved ones that have passed over. And remember that they're still, like, they're here. You know, they're not really gone. We just can't see them with our physical eyes. We got to look spiritually and feel them spiritually. And some things that we may do that are not healthy to deal with our grief. Maybe we'll indulge in too much liquor, or maybe we'll smoke too much weed, or maybe we'll start using drugs, or maybe we'll be sexually promiscuous, or, you know, start being rude to people, or just negative within ourselves, and we allow the grief to take over in a way that is not healthy for us. I remember when my mother first transitioned, I was trying to, I had the mad phase where I was trying to, like, blame the hospitals, and I wanted to, like, pull all her medical records, and I wanted to, like, you guys didn't tell me this was going on with my mom, and, like, I just felt like because literally it was only about a month from when I found out to when she transitioned. And I just felt like it was a conspiracy. Like, how can you guys be claiming to be giving my mother all this medication all her life or whatever is going on with her, but you guys didn't know she had cancer until the last second? Like, it didn't make sense to me. And so I really was like trying to like sue them or try to find out, like, what do they call that? Like malpractice. Like, what do you call yourselves the doctors for? You didn't even know this was going on. But it was really just me being angry at the fact that she died. Like, I was like mad. That was not okay. And so, yeah, that was some. So I feel like my negative responses, like I was angry, and that's like a normal part of it. But I'm glad I didn't try to like really follow through with that and like just go and take my anger out and be like, it's your guys' fault. It's your guys' fault. You want to blame someone, like, whose fault is this? But it's my mama's fault. she's the one that, it was her body, it was her life. So I can't be mad at the doctors and the hospitals. And even if my mother did know prior to her transition, like she didn't want to tell me for whatever reason, that's her choice. Like I can't take that to heart. I just have to learn how to live with it within inside of myself. And so my mother transitioned, it's been 9 years, and it really literally feels like I don't even know where these years went. I'm definitely not the same person I was. I feel like I've matured so much. I feel like when she died, I really began to grow up. I don't know if that makes sense for anybody, but like I really began to grow up, like emotionally. And you guys know I'm a cry baby. And I'm not saying that in a negative light for myself, but I'm very emotional. I cry, and my mama would say I cry at the drop of a hat. Like I'm just always crying. I'm always emotional. And I'm proud of myself because I'm not crying right now. And you know what? No, it's nothing wrong with crying. And I've been going through this back and forth. Don't cry. Don't cry. Why? Why not cry? Why not cry? It's okay. And I don't know why I have this in my mind that you shouldn't cry or don't cry because you cry too much. Probably because I've been crying all my life. But it's okay. Like I can't be away about that. Like I have to allow my feelings. And that's what I realized when I had made that decision. I'm not going to be sad every year. Blah, 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 blah. That was me, like, not even allowing myself to have the feelings and the emotions that I would have. And if I have them, so what? It's not about not having the emotions or not feeling the emotions. It's about not letting the emotions control you and take over you. It's about knowing that, okay, I'm feeling this and it's temporary. I'm feeling this and I can help myself through it. It's feeling this and accepting that I'm feeling this. And it's okay how you feel. When people die, like nobody can tell you shit. Like somebody, like I felt like you couldn't tell me nothing. As my mama died, like what can you say to me? Like I'm going to feel how I'm going to feel. And that's okay. Like, and that's something I had to give myself permission to do. Like I had to give myself permission to feel however I'm feeling. And not try to deny myself. That's what I was trying to say earlier, like deny myself the emotions. Like, so what if you're sad? So what if it's been 50 years and you're still sad? Like, don't beat yourself up about it. Have healthy coping mechanisms. Meditate. Reach out to people. Remind yourself and do your self-talk. Get your Be Inspired inspirational message bags. These will help too. Help a lot. Just in your own daily life. So, yeah. Shout out to my mama, Cynthia Steben. May she rest in forever. I wanted to dedicate this show to her. I wanted to play some songs, but I can't play them on here because they're going to be like, this is not your music. Guess what? So, but I just wanted to, dedicate this show to her and encourage you guys, if you have any grief that you're dealing with, to reach out for help, to know that whatever you're feeling is okay. And if you find yourself in some negative patterns and some negative behaviors, that you can come out of it and you don't have to be stuck there forever. 988 is the crisis suicide lifeline. I don't know if that's all over the world or if it's just in Nevada. Also, New Way Empowerment Center is another resource that you can use, and I encourage you to look around your local area for resources. You guys can use me as a resource because, you know, we've been there. And I had a lot of friends who lost their mama before I lost my mama, and I used to always say, like, I don't even know how to comfort you in that. But now I've had the experience, and I'm like, wow, is this how you guys felt? Like, I just wanted to hug all my friends who lost their mama. Like, oh, I know how it feels now. And it's okay. People are never really gone. So I encourage you guys to, along your journey, to find the respite that you need, to reach out to people for support and for love. Always give yourself a hug, because in hugging yourself, it's like your loved ones are hugging you because they are a part of you. And I think that's going to be all of that I'm going to say about that as far as dealing with your grief. It's normal to feel how you feel, but remember that you don't have to feel a particular way. You can work yourself up to good feelings or better feelings. And shout out to my mama, because she was the shit. She stopped smoking and doing drugs while she was pregnant with me. Otherwise, I could be a whole crazy, I could be a whole different son of a gun up in here. But I'm proud of her for that. I'm proud of her life. She overcame a lot of struggle and abuse, and you know, she definitely has a story to tell. And I guess I can tell it for her, but I don't have enough time because the show's almost over. But I love you, Mama. So I just wanted to say that. I never had a service for her or anything like that. I definitely want to still do something like that, of a celebration of her life, because she lived through a lot and she accomplished a lot. She's a phenomenal writer, such as myself. And so shout out to her. And then real quick before we go, I want to thank you again for tuning in. I want to remind you guys, Pull Up, Don't Pull Out, 512 at African Traditions for the Art of a Pisces Sound Bath Healing. I also want to remind you guys, Falcon Tours LLC is going back to the hot springs this Saturday. If you want to go on a hike, just go get it done, because you're going to be able to do it. It won't matter. Just go get it done. Always every Wednesday at the Our House Lounge, you can pull up for the Spit Your Truth Poetry Slam, $200 cash prize, and it's always a good time. I thank you guys so much. I'm so happy for everyone that is always tuning in and always supporting MVP Speaks Radio. I have a lot of amazing, exciting guests coming up for the next 2 months. I'm booked up, so if you want to get in where you fit in, hit me up. I'm booking for July right now. But you'll see me here again live next Thursday on Hot 702.5 FM, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And to all my people in Milwaukee, I will see you guys soon. Peace and love.